Dr. Tye Pettay. I am an assistant professor in biological oceanography at University of South Carolina, Beaufort. And I am collaborating with the Port Royal Sound Foundation to get this citizens monitoring program going. And so this is going to be a strong collaboration between their volunteers and my lab and students to monitor the water and really learn more about Port Royal Sound. And students will have an active involvement in that. And so there's not only the science side, but there's a citizen outreach side of my work where students can have the opportunity to work with citizens, educate them, be educated by them, and do more than just laboratory science. And I really encourage my students to present the results at local organizations like a citizens monitoring group. And so students would have the opportunity to do research, but also present this data to local organizations too. Part of this is where the citizen science comes in. So we are actively trying to develop a citizens monitoring program that will span the entire Port Royal Sound watershed. So you can imagine we're starting small with just a few sites, but in the future we hope to have a monitoring program that's 40, 50, 60 sites, maybe more. This is a very large watershed actually. And what this will do is the citizens will come in and they will monitor specific locations weekly, bring samples in the lab that we then analyze to get a better idea and understanding of what's going on around the watershed and how it changes over space and time. Because each of these tidal creeks and rivers have their own stressors, they're not all going to behave the same way either. And so they're all going to be special and unique in their own way. In addition to that, I'm working on getting some environmental sensor platforms that we will hopefully deploy throughout the Sound in the next year or two. And these will monitor similar things that we're monitoring in the lab, but they're sensors that can stay out in the field and monitor these conditions 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. And so you can imagine that the data you get from sampling once a week, if you can do that 24 hours a day, it's going to be much more in depth, and you're going to see a lot more texture and variability to it, especially in a dynamic system like Port Royal Sound that is tidally influenced. So you have water sloshing in and out, you have winds blowing in different directions, you have storm events that come through. And so you can really get a better idea of how this system is functioning and what controls it and how it may be changing over time too.